Fata Morgana is one of the most ambiguous characters in literary tradition. Some sources describe her as a witch from Breton and Celtic mythology, while others portray her as a healer. Fata Morgana wears a variety of masks. She is King Arthur's half-sister, Mordred's mother, Sir Accolon's lover, desirous of Sir Lancelot, a popular sorceress, a benevolent fairy, a shapeshifter, a healer, a priestess, and a dark enchantress. In the early chivalric romances of the French writer Chrétien de Troyes, around the year 1170, her primary role is positive. However, Morgana also represents emancipation from the patriarchal society that medieval times were turning into. In an era pervaded by misogyny, women were considered unknowable, composed of two opposing halves, good and evil. They were not to be equal to their husbands, relegated to the periphery of society and reduced to social passivity, denied the possibility of making decisions for themselves or developing their own personalities. In Fata Morgana, there was a representation of the break from this vision of women. It is said that Morgana possessed supreme virtues from a tender age. In some texts, she is described as Merlin's lover, a circumstance that Morgana skillfully exploits to her advantage, seducing the wizard to learn the secrets of his magical art. Morgana is also a fundamental character in Arthurian works, extremely vital from a dramaturgical point of view. Her ability to fluctuate from one form to another is a harbinger of deception and fatal chaos. Her plan aims to strike King Arthur at his heart. Fata Morgana lends her name to a complex optical phenomenon related to water refraction. According to folklore, after accompanying King Arthur to the foot of Mount Etna, Morgana decides to inhabit the waters of the Strait of Messina. Here she allegedly subjugated a barbarian king determined to conquer Sicily, who is deluded by the fairy's spell, which transforms the island into a nearby destination. Sumptuous palaces and marvelous gardens appeared before the king's eyes, who, in an attempt to reach the island, drowned. Another legend tells that the powerful fairy made sailors glimpse castles in the air to lure them into a trap. Hence the name of the phenomenon of deformation of objects placed on the horizon line, in the open sea or in deserts. The Fata Morgana effect represents a particular form of mirage, an illusion projected on the horizon that in antiquity was believed to be a form of magic performed by the character from Celtic mythology. A phenomenon that makes objects move, float, elongate, or shrink. For many centuries, it was the subject of arcane discussions until the scientific explanation, which states it is an optical illusion due to the encounter between different thermal excursions, an atmospheric and not magical phenomenon that for every good old sailor will remain due to Fata Morgana. In the collective imagination, Fata Morgana is a character divided between good and evil, capable of catalyzing the interest of authors and historians. Labeled as a witch, sorceress, lover, queen, and lady, with the ability to govern black magic or be a bearer of white magic. However she is portrayed, she remains a disruptive character. In The Mists of Avalon, written by novelist Marion Zimmer Bradley, Morgana is presented as a sorceress capable of governing water magic. Fata Morgana represents the expression of a matriarchal and arcane world lost in the mists of time.